Previously on the Stars of Huzuz.
This combat will begin.
Guys, the water is cold upon my face.
Yes, I will try to kill you.
Bring it on, you watery asshat.
Meet our final character.
Spider just shrivels away into like a husk.
Who is this spooky kid? I love him.
Gilbert already is my favorite character now.
I would like to transform it into a cockroach.
Beetle, don't you dare lose track of that bug now, you hear?
Welcome back to the Stars of Huzuz. If you haven't noticed, we have officially rebranded and we are now the Troubadours. We hope you enjoyed last episode's action-packed combat. If you'd like to see the map where it all took place and see the rest of the temple as our party discovers it in this episode, join our Discord with the link in the episode description. We'll be sharing all sorts of great additional content there and on our Instagram at the Troubadours. So hit pause, take care of those important things, and come right on back. I'm Ben Brady, the Dungeon Master. Let's meet the rest of the Troubadours.
I'm Emily Blair, and I play Sir Reginald Wellington III.
I'm Ashley Marie Robillard, and I'm also Selene Nightshade.
My name is Jessie, and I play Charla.
I'm Haas, and I play Beetle.
I am Philippe L'Esperance. I am playing Gilbert Heatherington.
I am Jacob O'Shea, and I play Billowby Fiddlefern.
My name is Tom Lynch, and I play Kailu Yingwye Gwestedir.
And without further ado, onward to adventure. We will leave initiative for now. I'd say there's probably 58 minutes on this polymorph.
What are you doing with that hand that's now a cockroach?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking we could maybe drop it from a really high point and it'll just splatter into nothing.
I think we should throw it into a volcano.
Is there any volcanoes close?
Well, we have about an hour.
I hate these things.
I mean, I'm open to suggestions.
So you're just thinking of yeeting it from a very high place?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking, we could summon like a bird or something to carry it really, really high up and then bite it so then it turned back into its original form.
Can you summon a bird?
Well, not while I can't do it because I gotta focus on keeping it like this, but
Right.
someone else...
Yes.
But someone else might be able to, or if someone knows an actual bird who would be willing to help.
So can you not summon a thing that looks like a bird? Much like these bulls that look like bulls?
Of course I normally can. Oh, yeah. Great job, guys. You're so great. You can hang around if you want. But if you'd like to go back to the Fey realm or whatever, you're welcome to. Anyway,
So how they work is, and I let you sort of get away with some major rule bending. You're concentrating on them too, technically.
Oh, shit. I thought once they were summoned...
So, Polymorph and Farley's should not be able to be happening at the same time.
Well, then they absolutely go away.
Oh, we shouldn't have won this battle then.
We should not have won this battle.
So they'll just quickly hustle out the door.
Goodbye, comrades.
Anyway, sorry about that. That's my
Oversight
bad.
from both of us, but next time I'll try to catch that.
Yeah, it felt too strong.
All this bug stuff is, very interesting, but I gotta ask the real question here. Am I still your prisoner, or can I not be that anymore?
Buddy, who are you? What's your deal? Thanks for...
One at a time.
I'm a little like, this is all very new to me too. Any of the things that I just did today, I haven't done before. So, we are figuring this out the same way that you are. I don't know why I spoke about myself in the plural.
How did my father capture you?
Funny story that this voice was talking to me at one point, and I was like, yeah, go in this tree and open this box. So I went in the tree and I opened the box, but you know what? It was a little sus. I didn't listen to my inner voice. I listened to the other inner voice, apparently. So I opened the box, then I woke up, then I got these cuffs on and this amulet necklacey thing with the stones and the blinkies and all that stuff, fun stuff.
Can I just see the cups to see if there's any markings on them, or if there's anything, any religious symbols or any symbols that we're sort of looking for and fighting against here?
Yeah, if it's something of that nature, maybe a religion or arcana.
Right. Okay. I'm going to see if this is related to anything to Dendar or anything like that.
Okay. Religion?
Nerd.
That's going to be a 19.
Yeah.
Hey, smart boy.
I study. I study.
I study books.
Study boots.
These do not have any indications that they are directly tied to Dendar.
Kai's listening to Gilbert talk about all this, and as he's talking, Kai's just like walking up toward him and asking him, "May I see your braces?"
Billowby's gonna come up and grab the pant leg from Kai real quick, and he's careful there, boyo.
Gilbert just sticks his hand out while still like rattling all this stuff off. He just like sees all this happening, like he's like, yeah, sure, and just like sticks his hand out.
Laddie, we just saw what you could do to those water freaks that we just dealt with.
Real quick, I want to backtrack. Darling, you said you don't know why you used they, but then spoke about having a consistent voice in your head and then a new voice in your head.
This is also what I'm concerned about.
Oh no, I just said we. You know, sometimes I'm just very confused about like what just happened because and there was some rando lady in green robes. I kind of remember them. I'm not really sure why. And then she's slapped me in the face with a magic missile, and all of a sudden I have snake tattoos on my face. I don't know what that means. And then I had the voice in my head say, follow the fire, go see the snakes, get the answers. And then I had another feeling that was nah, that came from the stars or something. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Lad, why are you here?
It told me to go to the enemy lines. So then I went to the Huzuz lines, and that's where I met Reggie's dad.
Okay, this all sounds very complicated, and I'm sure that you're kind of reeling, but I first want to say thank you for your contributions for today's battle. You fought valiantly and bravely, and with great skill.
It was terrifying.
Yes, it was rather terrifying, wasn't it, Your Majesty?
And while we're on that, and why the hell should we trust you?
Precisely, you were also chained up. You were a prisoner.
Yes, he was chained up prisoner with me for several days as we traveled together to Huzuz city. But I think, friends, he is a fellow traveler like ourselves, searching for something, and perhaps as we continue on, he'll discover more of his purpose and life.
Can I take Reggie aside?
Yes.
Reggie, are you sure we should be trusting this young one?
I don't know, Your Majesty.
But you saw what he did during the battle.
Yes.
You saw his capability. What is stopping him from doing that to any one of us?
What is stopping us from doing that to him? We are both equal partners in this, and I feel that we must meet in the middle somewhere instead of forming sides.
What I worry about is the possibility of him being an agent of the cultists. From where your father has brought him, it seems like he brought him from the front line. Or at least, in some cases, he has to be a member of the cultists. That magic is not used among many people.
Can I hear any of this or no?
I took Reggie aside.
How far aside, though? You're a prince.
Can I make a perception?
Yes. Let me just answer a few other things because there's a few more floating rolls out there. The rest of your 19 religion, Dendar is not associated with these bracers, Kai, but another powerful deity or presence or entity could be. And it could even be so connected to them that they are indeed present in these objects. This is related to Selene, something you're probably observing with your insight, that there might be actually several consciousnesses muddled around on this guy.
Your Majesty, he seems rather confused and rather out of wits, and I think it would serve us better to have patience and kindness towards people, even if they don't believe in the same things that we do. And I think we should try to understand him instead of distrusting him from the out.
All right, Captain.
He also seems rather bloody dangerous. And you look down and Billowby is below your kneecaps and you didn't realize that he followed you over to your side little conversation.
Oh, yes. Hello, Billowby.
The boy took out who of those water hands?
Reggie kneels in front of Billowby.
How the heck can we think that he won't do that to one of us?
I understand your judgment.
As he is technically my prisoner, I think I have final say in this. Not to pull rank.
I think you do. I think you do. In this case, then I would say keep an eye on him.
Absolutely.
I will keep my eyes on him as well.
Also, I rolled a 27 on perception.
You've heard every word.
Oh, well.
Also, Beetle, since all of the, like, adults basically went and, like, talked, Beetle is just, like, hanging out next to the kid, and he's using Observant to just read lips, and is just being like, so basically they're talking about if you're gonna murder us all or not, and, like, relaying it like Beetle would, but then, like, he's also hearing it, so he's got two different things going on in his head, which he's not unfamiliar with.
Darling, love, I'm so sorry. What is your name?
Gilbert, the people that found me and put these snake tattoos in my face. I remember one time going to like this fancy party that my parents had when I was a kid at like, they were priests of Pelor. So like they were like, good, you know, it's like healing a lot of people, helping a lot of people. That was their thing. But they went to this fancy party one time and then I opened the door and then there were all these people in these green robes with like the snake banners and all this stuff. And then I see these people when I wake up and I'm like, oh, I recognize this. Why? So do you think your cultists that they're talking about are the same as my cultists, that these people that my parents were cavorting with?
Beetle, didn't you say you ran into a serpent of some sort before the summer?
Oh, well, it more ran into me and then spit me back out. But yeah, no, that was a crazy day. Yep, big old star snake, just,
We should probably keep looking around, or we should rest. I feel very battered. My back is killing me.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Your Majesty. He rises from kneeling and gives you like a little back massage.
Oh my god!
Reggie, it's not, oh, that actually feels really nice.
Billowby is going to have wandered away and wandered into the kitchen. You can hear him scurrying around, and there's probably some crashes as he's trying to climb up on some counters looking for something to boil water in.
Perhaps we should form a massage chain? I could go for a massage myself.
Gilbert, can I ask you 2 questions?
Shoot.
One, did you ask for or in any way express a desire to receive either these gauntlets or these tattoos?
Not the gauntlets. I was just like walking through the woods getting some raspberries. You know, I hung out with my parents a lot, so maybe I was like wishing that I wanted a friend or something like that at the time, but not like actively. And the tattoos, no, they were not willing.
Okay, and then my second question is, if you wanted clarity, since these are things on you, would you rather have it be on the tattoos or the bracers?
The fact that I have these bracers that I can't get off my body is a little more concerning at the moment. So probably that.
Understandable.
Yes, completely.
So then I think upon hearing that, by the way, my name's Selene. It's lovely to meet you. I hope you're feeling okay. I'm going to have to like kind of hold your arms for a second. Is that cool?
Yeah, do your thing.
Great.
Meanwhile, you hear from the other room, now how the fuck am I supposed to get that? You hear some more crashing as things are very clearly falling off of shelves. There's some shattering from earthenware.
Billowby?
Cool.
You choose one object that you must touch throughout casting the spell. If it is a magic item or other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
Yes. So
identify.
you identify both of these and the necklace around Gilbert's neck. All 3 of them are, even though they're in bracer and necklace form, they're technically rings of mind shielding.
Fuck.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, what does that do?
While wearing this ring, you are immune to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts, determine whether you are lying. So even though you can communicate with things telepathically, they can't force that upon you, Gilbert. Determine whether you are lying or know your alignment, so it's kind of like tough to get a read on you, right? Creatures can telepathically communicate with you if you allow it, which you have done. You can use an action to cause the ring to become invisible until you use another action to make it visible, remove the ring, or until you die. If you die while wearing this ring, your soul enters it, unless it already houses a soul. You can remain in the ring or depart for the afterlife. As long as your soul is in the ring, you can telepathically communicate with any creature wearing it. A wearer can't prevent this telepathic communication.
What the fuck?
Dang.
You are wearing 3 of these.
Oh my god.
A lot of voices.
Celine's going to convey that and just be like, so I think that's what's going on. I think right now, best case scenario is just definitely don't die while wearing them, is my recommendation.
Yeah. I think that's a very good idea.
Well, thank you, Selene.
So, I think we've gone from not trusting you to protecting you at all costs.
I agree, Your Highness.
So I'm going to go over here into this room, and I'm going to search what has happened in this temple. Search for any clues.
I realized, sorry, also, I just sort of sunk into some really comfortable language with you. Let me know if that isn't comfortable. You just remind me a lot of someone else I knew who was about your age.
You're good. You're chill.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, actually.
Cool. So, I know people are poking around other places. I know, Billowby, you spoke up a bit again about poking around the kitchen for water. Is that right? Or what were you doing?
Yeah, he went to the kitchen to make the tea that we had always intended to make, that, now that he was kind of just like, all right, back on it, back to the tea. It's time for tea. It's time to potentially even relax a bit, but just went to the kitchen to go do that. When you go in, if anyone goes in, you'll probably see him tending to a large cauldron of water with a fire going up underneath it.
Yeah, we can say in this time you've been making tea. How much of the leaf that you found 2 dry leaves, is that right so far?
Yes, 2 dry leaves, 4 fresh leaves. So I will have used probably 1 of the leaves to have made a tea specifically for Selene, and then strung up the other 4 in a way that would allow for the process of drying to start.
Okay, great. So you're finishing that 1 dose of tea, sir.
Cool. Reggie's gonna go in the kitchen as well, sees him making tea and says, "Oh yes, good tea." And then he goes and opens this door. But he has a sword ready.
It will fly open pretty easily.
He kicks it so hard that it flies all the way open, hits the wall, and then flies back and shuts.
A little warning would have been nice.
Oh, sorry.
So it looks like a big sleeping area, lots of different beds. Some of them have, pillows and blankets and things on them.
Ooh. Can I go in the room and make an investigation?
Yeah.
Thank you. 15!
Yeah, with a just sort of initial look around, you definitely can ascertain this is probably where a lot of the monks usually sleep. Obviously, no one is in here right now. Hasn't been occupied by any of the monks or anything besides watery creatures in a while. There are some trunks over on the other side that probably house personal belongings of monks or the people who stay in this room.
Mm-hmm. Reggie's gonna announce that this is a sleeping room, and then, people wanted to look around. Is it
Reggie?
Sleeping? Yes, milady. He kneels. Milady.
I just wondered if you would join me in something. I have a feeling that your eyes are a little more keen than mine. The water thing tried to yeet me into this hole, and she's going to be standing in the doorway looking in and is pointing sort of to her right. It's like, I just would love for us to maybe look at it.
I shall protect you! And he runs over to the hole and does an investigation.
You should let Beetle know that's there.
So correct. Beetle?
17!
Hey, yeah, sorry, what's up?
Beetle, get your ass over here. There's a hole in the ground.
There's a weird deep hole that something tried to throw me in. I think that's yours and actually Reggie's milieu.
Yeah, with a 17, you ascertain, it hasn't been used in months, certainly, or at least not very much, but, sewage has to go somewhere.
Milady, tis...
Here we go, buddies.
Tis a deeply unpleasant hole.
Oh, no. Tis a deeply unpleasant hole.
Beetle, I feel like this is right in your wheelhouse. If you wanted to take a look, it is a sewage hole.
I am on it, guys.
And he sort of rubs his hands together, gets ready to go to work.
Could I do a survival to see how deep the hole is? Can I just jump down?
Geronimo.
What am I smelling down there? All of the kinds of things. I know you said sewage, but also is there is this also where they put compost, food? Do I,
Yeah, that's gonna be a 21.
Tell me about this hole, man.
This deeply unpleasant hole.
This is where a lot of the monk waste goes, from the body and otherwise. It seems to go down deep enough that it probably meets up with some of the headwaters that meet up with the rivers that combine into the great waterfall that's really near on these cliffs. Remember, you're up on this in the temple that's up on these cliffs. There's a waterfall really nearby. So probably this sort of drains out eventually into the big river, the Al Sarif, which goes through the whole region.
Interesting. So I think there could potentially be a way to get down there and check things out, but I also think there's a very good chance that there's more water things down there, and we could get swept away by the current. They may have just been dropping you down there to let you drop down the waterfall.
Well, at least it's an improvement on what's usually dropped down there.
Ah, yes, milady.
All right. Well, that being said, I think we should find some way to seal that up. And Billowby is also going to, dearie, drink this. and hands a mug of deep brown water, liquid to Selene, and then is going to scurry back to the kitchen and scrounge for whatever supplies he might be able to find there.
Selene, who's been around the proverbial block of various different places, looks down, just goes, "Oh, tea," starts drinking immediately.
No.
Cool. You will indeed have a few sips of this and feel you've gone through a lot. Your lungs will definitely feel much better than they have in a long time, and you will be relieved of your exhaustion as this tea takes effect.
Yay.
And we'll expend that one core leaf tea. Go ahead and make a, how about a nature as you're rifling through, looking at what else is in this kitchen, Billowby?
19.
All right, with a 19, you definitely see lots of interesting things. At least I think so, maybe. Roll a d8 for more dried core leaf.
2.
All right, 2 more dried core leaf doses, or ounces, we'll say.
I'll take it.
You find some other kind of tea. This is a little bit more fruity in smell. You would identify it as a hibiscus tea. Has a lot of vitamin C, and you'll roll a d8 of ounces of that.
Let's get some good dice noises.
As Billowby's like walking through and like taking down these jars and like opening them up, smelling them, Beetle's right behind him, like just taking a tiny little pinch of each and just like sampling them. Just like
That's a 4 of the hibiscus tea.
Nice. So as the two of you are rifling through, a few more things here. Roll a d10 of pink salt ounces.
Ooh, how fancy.
Salt.
It's so dry. It tastes like dry rocks.
5 ounces of pink salt.
Awesome. The next thing you'll find is this interesting spice. It's kind of the color of dried berries, deep wine color, and it's a little bit tart and lemony to smell. It's sumac, which is a nice ingredient. Roll a d6 for ounces of sumac, sumac.
Sumac is really good on roast potatoes, FYI.
Ooh.
So good.
And that's 6 ounces of that.
Is that also in Reggie's book? There's a cooking section.
Yes, sumac. Excellent on roast potatoes.
No knight will be caught dead not being able to make a souffle.
Now, what in the heck is a potato?
Good sir. You know, potato.
You boil 'em,
Mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
I am so excited that you have just said that.
Oh man, the potato dishes we shall make for you, good sir.
The soups, the fries,
soup.
I can't.
Oh,
Even the mashed.
Give it to us raw and wriggling. I watch movies too.
I will say, at the moment, I am very worried for my dear friend Grick, as well as everyone else who we are missing, so I am frantically searching at the same time as conversing with you, Captain.
Cool. One more thing for Billowby. You'll find a very rare-looking flowery herb. Roll a d4 of ounces of saffron.
Ooh.
Oh, that's expensive shit.
Everything else will have not survived 7 months of not being replenished.
Ooh, there's some info.
So nothing else really of use.
7 months, eh?
4 ounces of saffron. We're rich.
Hell yeah.
Sure, yeah, I'll give that to you.
I don't think we knew that.
As long as this has been unoccupied.
These all taste old. I'd like to I don't know, scurry under some of these beds, see if I assume the water's probably washed a bunch of stuff away, but, look under some pillows, see if there are any, diaries or anything fun, like a cool, sock or something.
Investigate?
Sure. Okay, here we go.
Oh, 13.
13, you rifle through some of these beds and throw some sheets and pillows around. Not a whole lot to be found, maybe the odd robe or piece of clothing. But anything that's more personal will probably be kept in the trunks.
I don't know, guys.
I'd love to check southwards.
Okay. Yeah, roll a quick perception or investigate as you head in here.
I'm going to do a perception. It's going to be a 17?
You walk in, and this is an interesting little chamber. It's a series of rectangular pillars that are in nice rows and columns that fill the whole room, that go from floor to ceiling. As you step in, you see that the first, looks like 5 or so that are nearest the entrance have actually been torn out. So those you can only see the very base where they were ripped out and at the ceiling ripped out. So 5 of these big, massive stone pillars have been removed from the first part of this room. The rest of it, as you look around a little bit, you see just kind of these very solemn, plain-looking pillars. And roll a religion check as well.
What does a 13 get me?
Yeah, it's enough. I would say that you think this is definitely a room for prayer and reflection, and one that allows the sort of feeling of isolation without having to go off somewhere remote. So, for instance, someone could just sort of be off in the corner of this room, and even if there are 3 or 4 or 5 other people in this room meditating, it feels very much like you're alone. It just sort of has this sort of hushed, reverent sense in this room.
Could I take a quicker, closer look at the columns that have been destroyed to see if I can see how they were destroyed? No, that's a 4.
They look ruined, yeah. I'm not sure what happened.
Can I still vibe check? I got a dirty 20 on Arcana.
There's nothing innately magical about these objects. It's really supposed to feel very plain and somber and still. I'll say perhaps if you wander around a little bit with that good of a vibe check, you see one of the pillars looks like somebody in one of the corners almost like punched it. And there's like a little indent of a small fist in one of these pillars.
Aw, someone got mad.
I mean, I don't know Grick, but my impulse is to wonder if they're Grick-sized. I think I'm just going to pop out and be like, well, I think I found the meditation room.
Kai is going to make his way over there.
I've noticed that one pillar has had more of a punch, but that's...
It could be just another monk, but let me check.
Do you want to roll on as well, Kai?
Yeah.
I'd say investigate. It's something very specific.
That's a 6.
We're all tired.
How about you roll a history as well?
History? Okay.
Yeah.
That's 16.
You don't recognize what this is at first. It just kind of looks like a little crack in the pillar. But then you think back, and you remember one of the nights you were sharing drinks with Grick in the Beehive. He talked about how he was studying at this temple, how he was reading up on this magical item he was studying, and trying to find balance with himself, struggling with that. He struggled a lot, and in a moment of frustration and reflection, he actually lashed out with an act of violence against one of these pillars. So Grick, just in his own frustrated, tormented prayer reflection, punched one of these things once.
Damn.
Kai just kind of like looks at the fist mark, and he kind of just like heavily breathes, because Grick has talked a lot about what he's meditated, and he's been kind of like telling me of things like, don't do this, don't do that, learn from my mistakes, sort of. And his ears droop a little bit, and he kind of goes, I'm not sure if there's anything in here pertaining to where they might be. At least I'm not sure. But I feel there could be something in the other room with all the statues of the gods and goddesses. I think we should check that out.
Selene's going to lay just a hand on the shoulder and be like, hey, we're going to find him. But I think you're onto something. I want to see what those cool statues look like. We'll lead the way.
Very good.
Reggie's there and he's investigating whatever this is in the bottom corner.
Okay, yeah, you're in this room of, I mentioned it briefly when the store was opened at the end of last session. It's a room of a lot of other idolatry. Remember that first room has pretty much just that big statue of Kor. Mm-hmm. And this is sort of jam-packed with just every religion's group of gods or god or whatever. So that one in particular is, well, how about you roll a religion on it?
16!
Yeah, this is it looks like has like a craftsman's hammer or something. It might be some version of the Faerunian god of Gond. Goes by some other names as well. It's a craftsman's kind of smithing god.
Oh, cool statue. Can he investigate this door? Is it a door? 3! It's a door!
It is a door.
Alright. He's happy with that. He's gonna kick it open, holding his sword.
Oh god.
Alright. It flies open easily, revealing a small but densely packed little library area.
The library, friends!
What?
Do you earnestly hear from a ways back? Yes! From Selene.
He runs in and just starts, like, looking at all the books excitedly.
Kai's hustling.
How about you roll an initial investigation as you start poring over some of these superficial books?
9.
Are all of the nerds in this room doing that? Or just Reggie?
Pretty much.
With a 9, you can run in, you can start looking at books, but you're not sure what's interesting or what's not right away. Mm-hmm. You can tell there's kind of like this shelf nearby where people have been maybe like documenting books that they check out, or notes on their research, or other documents that people have sort of, been writing down.
I'm just too excited. Oh, I love books.
Is there anything on the tables in there, if it gives us any hint of where everybody has gone, if nothing has been moved for 7 months?
How about another investigation from you?
So that's a 9.
Also 9. Yeah, you don't notice a whole lot more. Maybe you notice some of these shelves have been rifled through carelessly, sifted through, and some books were kind of thrown on the floor.
Any names that pop out or anything like that? I'm looking at these books.
The ones that were thrown on the floor don't innately look that interesting, as if someone was looking for something else, and these were not that exciting.
Okay. Can I walk to the other side of the god and goddess room?
Yeah.
And investigate that big heckin' thing on the other side?
Yeah, that's a big heckin' door.
Ah. Captain, can you come here for a second?
Okay. He sadly puts down the book that he was looking at and, walks over. Oh, that is one big hecking door!
It is. Well, we don't seem to have anyone who is apt at checking for traps.
Shall I kick it, sir?
I do not want you to lose a lip. Ben, can I make an investigation check for traps?
Sure.
Can I give him the help action?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, do I get advantage now?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Really glad I have advantage. That's a 19.
Yeah, obviously this is a grander door. Perhaps it leads somewhere a little bit special. And nothing to indicate that there's anything protecting it. No traps or magical barriers of any kind.
Captain, I actually, upon looking at it, I think it's safe.
All right, let me open the door first.
Kick it.
Before they do that, Beetle's kind of been out in this main area.
Yeah.
He just, something feels off. Feels like he missed something, that there's something right under his nose or something, that feeling of something's watching you. While everyone has kind of been walking around, he's just kind of been standing still, like he does in the woods when he's stalking prey or just watching things.
Okay.
He just kind of becomes super, super still and just sort of allows his passive perception to move out and around and looks up in the corners just for any sign of is something here? Is something watching us? Or is there some weird barrier that he's I don't know.
I was going to say, while Beetle's doing this, Billowby just wanders out of the kitchen going, all right, Beetle boyo, let's go get rid of that cockroach you have in that jar.
Oh, sure. We can do that too.
So sure, you if you're sort of slowly just 23ing around the place with your passive perception, I'll say in the room where you were rifling through beds, perhaps for a moment you felt like maybe something was watching you or moved out of the corner of your eye or something. More like felt than saw.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of an animal instinct than it is
over where the trunks are.
Okay. I'm gonna whisper to Billowby.
I don't think we're alone, buddy. But yeah, let's go deal with this guy, and then we'll go kill something.
Wait, hold on there. What do you mean you don't think we're alone?
I don't know. Don't you get that little tingle in the back of your head? There's just something here. There was something in that sleeping room that I think I couldn't see, but there was something looking at us. I feel it.
I don't know, Ben. What should I roll to see if I have felt this way?
I guess a perception as well.
Sure. A 9. I probably have not felt this way. I've been too comfortable in the kitchen.
You've been busy sorting out your new ingredients and things.
So, wait. Show me where you say that you think there's something watching you.
Beetle's gonna sort of Scooby-Doo style, look back into the dorm room, whatever, and it all of a sudden looks a lot creepier, a lot darker, and the bed seemed to go on forever, and he's gonna, look out, and he's just gonna silently point to the very back where all of the trunks are on the very back wall.
I swear I saw something move out of the corner of my eye back there.
All right, well, we got probably about 30 minutes left on that timer for that cockroach. Let's go check it out.
All right, I'm just gonna let the guys know that, we're dealing with some chests. Hey, buddies.
Yes.
We, I think maybe we're not quite alone. We're gonna go check it out if you guys want to check it out. Ooh, look, big heckin' door.
Right?
Oh, that's a lot of fun. That's gonna be a lot of fun to kick in. But yeah, I think maybe we should go, check it out. It's back in the sleeping room.
Okay, right away.
Do you need everyone's presence? I'd love to stay back here and see if there's anything that Selene was researching on while you do that. Oh wow, that's very, very large door.
I like it how many people are commenting on how big the door is. What I'm curious about is what's on the other side.
Malige, we must go protect our comrades in the dorm room. And so he Reggie, with his two-handed weapon, just like immediately runs over and then kicks in this door.
Okay, so holler if you need me, and Selene's gonna go back into the library.
Right. So Reggie's right there.
Kai's also gonna go back into the library, and he's gonna try to find anything.
Splitting the party.
Within screaming distance.
I can also cast message, so if we're in any danger.
Billowby's gonna have produced a flame while waiting for everyone to get ready to like start inspecting the room and to just kind of light it up.
So Kai and Selene, you haven't rolled in here yet, so maybe you can get to a roll first on. Are you looking for something in particular, or just a first overall sense?
I want to see if there's any like particularly magically imbued texts in the library, and I want to see if there's anything on, because Jamila had told me some of what Lilith had been looking into, so also anything on the stars, Dendar, the 7 mistresses lady.
So Arcana or Investigate?
Cool. I'm gonna do Arcana for the magic stuff. Hell yeah, that's gonna be a 23.
Nice.
All right, with the 23, you probably make your way eventually over to the other corner of this room where there's a slightly fancier-looking shelf that has also been opened and rifled through. It looks like there are some magical objects and books in there still, and perhaps that there were more before that are now missing. Perhaps by force, this rather important shelf was busted open. You find a couple of things. You find a sacred tome, which is essentially something that a cleric can choose to read and study for a long time. If they do so, then they get a little bit of a bonus to their domain. Depending on what domain you are, you get a little bit of a bonus, but you have to study this thing for like literally hours. You also find, it looks like a binder almost, and in it are like almost like collectible cards. So it is in book form, but you can pull out these individual cards. With your good roll, you would identify it as a deck of illusions.
Ooh.
The inner chaos beast that is the bard within Selene is so thrilled.
One other magical book that you can identify, you get a feeling you should not open it right away. It's a large tome, it's very sturdy, and it looks like kind of like a golem on the cover. And it's a manual of golems, which if anyone attempts to read this and they're not a powerful enough spellcaster, it could do some serious psychic damage to them right away. And to be careful with it right away. There are maybe some other magical books that you could pawn off for value. If you're trying to loot this place, you could probably pawn them off for some gold GP's worth of money. You're a religious person. You're probably not trying to straight up steal for coin. It would be my impression.
Yeah, I'm not that desperate at this moment.
Yeah, so I know Kai, you're also poking around, and I know you had another role, Selene. But Kai, what would you be doing now?
I think Kai would just be looking for just any information or hints of where Grick and the others have gone, because I think that's the main mission in his mind, and why is this place abandoned?
How about you roll another investigation?
It's a 4. I don't know what I'm missing. I can't see anything.
Hi.
What?
Don't be so hard on yourself. You just went through a whole water hand situation. You got this. And she's going to do like some finger guns, and that's her last bardic inspiration of the day.
Oh, you gave me inspiration.
So you can make a new investigation roll.
Okay. 15 total.
All right. With a 15, you take a deep breath. You're no longer just trying to pull random books and figure things out. You collect yourself a little bit. You go back towards that, the entrance of the room where there's sorts of more like lists of things, people checking out books and whatnot. And you slowly just start to study these ledgers. And after just a few moments, a certain title that was checked out recently catches your eye. It's Encyclopedia of Instruments of Higher Arcana. Which you have taken an excerpt of that already from the library you were in earlier today.
Yes.
So you think maybe someone was looking at something in that book that also you have been interested in lately as well. You see that the book was returned. It's in here somewhere. And it was checked out by someone named Sister Kiana.
Sister Kiana.
If you say that out loud, you can roll a history. Selene, you can roll a history with advantage. I guess you both speak Elvish, don't you?
Yeah.
But this is definitely more of a Drow dialect word.
So like maybe I would have heard my dad or something, or
Sure.
one of my parents.
I got a 15 on that roll, Ben.
30, 20.
Yeah, perhaps a 15, you can identify it as drow, but you're not exactly sure what the meaning is, where it derives from. But you, like you said, maybe you've heard one of your family members say this word before, and not such a nice setting, because this word means betray.
Huh. That's
What?
curious. Well, this word, technically, I mean, it's a little fuzzy because I wasn't really fully taught all of the drow language, but from my understanding, this word means betray or betrayal? So it's like sister betray?
Sister betrayer.
That sounds rough, right? That's not that. I mean, it would be a really great gladiator name. But also, why would they sign it out? Is this normal? Do you know?
Kai's hair on the back of his neck starts going up, and he's like, I think we need to find what's behind that big door.
Yeah, I just want to see if there's anything about what Lilith was looking into, because she is my light and life, and I will raise heaven and earth to find her. It is a natural 20!
I will say, with that nat 20 and your sister on your mind, you don't feel like the answers connected to her can be found in this room of dusty books. You perhaps glance back out the door, and directly across the room outside, you see an idol of Eliestre, and you feel obviously a connection right away to that. But also you almost can feel as if your sister was physically in that area at some point.
Selene, almost like she's following her sister's ghost form. Like it's almost like she can see her through the door and like a whisper of her in her mind's eye. But it's like somehow frozen in the time that she saw her last. She's probably a little bit younger than everyone else knows her as. And she's going to be sort of drawn to that statue without really saying anything to Kai.
Kai just sees her going out, and like he starts going towards the door.
I also grabbed those 3 books.
Sounds good. Here we are, the 3 of you in this big dorm kind of room.
All right, so I have my my produced flame, my little orb of fire ready to go, because we need to be able to see. Grant you, we all have dark vision, but light is always good.
I mean, perhaps it might be better to be in the dark and surprise it.
Beetle, I think we've been loud enough as it is. I think it knows we're here.
I suppose that's true. All right, then. Hello, we're here. I know you're in here. Hooty hoo. Want to come play?
No response.
Alright, I'm going to investigate these chests. So he's going to go up to the first one. 9.
So, are you investigating with a 9 from 10 feet away, or are you...
Yeah, I gotta stay honest, yeah.
Looks like a chest that might be locked.
All right, well, they all look like chests. Normal.
So should we start opening them, or should we start smashing them?
Let's open them first.
All right, I'll be right behind you.
Okay, Reggie opens this one.
So we're starting at the far right end of 6 chests for those who are audio only.
Yeah, it flies open. You will find in this just kind of some kind of normal clothes and 2 silver pieces.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go. Let's check this one out.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a d12.
1.
Yeah, in here you'll only find 1 copper piece.
I mean, that makes sense for a monastery. They're all broke.
Moving down the line, is that the plan?
Yep. Yeah, Reggie's gonna open the 3rd chest.
Here you'll find 5 gold pieces.
Oh. Adding these to my inventory. Okay, 4th chest.
All right, I'll take the lead again.
Do it.
4th chest.
The 4th chest is locked.
Oh, do we have anyone who could deal with a lock? Reggie.
Yes.
Why don't you just smash it in?
Oh, goodness. Okay. I kick it.
Attack roll, maybe?
26.
Oh!
A crit.
Nat 20.
What's inside of you?
It shatters to splintery bits. But there's nothing inside this one. It was locked, but there's nothing to claim inside.
All right.
All right. Reggie shrugs and goes over to the 5th one.
Off we go then.
Reggie tries opening the 5th one.
The 5th one is open. This one does not contain any money, but it just contains some clothes and things.
Any bathrobes in there?
So like non-monk clothes, like people's personal clothes before they came here.
Like in the 3rd Harry Potter when they finally let them wear normal kids' clothes.
Beetle, would you like some pants?
No, I'm good, buddy.
All right. And I'll open up that last chest.
All right. As you reach for this last chest,
Of course.
it will unfurl.
Is it a mimic?
And it will take a bite at you.
Yep.
Naturally.
It is a spider-like mimic that will indeed try to bite you.
Now, since I had the flame ready,
Okay.
Can I, in response, as it's lashing out, may it throw the sphere of fire in it?
We'll just do a flat, like, a dex check or initiative check to see if you can get that off before it bites you.
16.
Yeah, I rolled 2, so yeah.
Oh, and I do have to roll to hit. That is a nat 1.
No.
The best laid plans of mice and men often go awry.
Yeah, with a nat 1, you accidentally touch this thing, and you are stuck to it. It's kind of spider-like stickiness attaches you to it. So it gets advantage since it's grappling. You're grappled now. So it will try to bite you and do some acid damage as well.
Yep.
So this is 17 damage total that it does, and you are stuck to it. You are grappled.
All right, now, if you could help me and get this thing out of here, I would greatly appreciate it.
I'll do my best, sir.
I got you, buddy.
We'll just jump into the initiative we already have. So after Billowby is Beetle.
Okay, this is gonna feel a little weird, buddy.
And I'm gonna come up behind you, and I'm gonna touch you and cast gaseous form. So you will no longer be stuck to that thing.
Can a gaseous form speak?
You cannot talk or manipulate objects, and anything you were carrying is dropped.
So I'm there.
So basically, I'm just like gonna cast it on you so you can get away, and like if you float away, then I'll just like break concentration.
I was gonna say it's up to you to break concentration.
Wait, did you say concentration?
Oh no! No, the goddamn polymorph!
God damn it.
We should have just thrown it down the stupid sewer well.
Yeah.
You feel the glass of the jar on side of you shatter and a big splash.
So sorry, guys.
As back comes in its true form, Billowby's gas and this water elemental has formed next to you. So yeah, we're in initiative again.
Reggie is gonna say, guys, a little help over here, please.
It's free. I messed up. I thought I was helping and I messed it all up.
Y'all are nearly 3 rounds away from us in just movement.
Ben's face is just filled with utter glee right now.
I'm going to die!
So Reggie, you are in melee also technically with this thing. Yeah, so there's a this chest turned into a perfect mimic, but it's a little bit spider-like, and it's attached to Billowby. Now it's of course Billowby's gas, so it's just sitting next to you.
Okay.
Your turn.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna first take my second wind. So once per short rest, I can use a bonus action to regain 1d10 plus 7 hit points. Okay, so it's 17 more hit points. And then I'm going to take a stab at the spider mimic.
Okay.
13?
13 will hit.
Yes. 10 damage.
Okay, nice.
And then I have a second attack. 24.
Hit.
And 10 damage.
Nice. You've greatly splintered this thing. It's doesn't have a ton of health, but it is still alive.
Beans. Okay, then I just hang out there and just keep screaming, guys, we really need your help, please!
Selene, your turn.
So then I think I'm going to turn to Kai and say, I'm going to be really honest with you. I have an idea, but I like armor, so I'm not the most quiet of folks. Yeah, so I'm going to, if it's cool with you, Kai, I'm going to let you go first, because I think you'll have a better success of, if you so choose, being stealthy than I would.
Well, I will certainly give it a shot, but
Sure. So Kai, you're next anyway, so we can go Kai.
I walk very loudly, apparently.
Oh God, oh no, oh God.
It's a trait that Anyway, I'm just going to try, why not?
Well, enjoy going first.
So, Ben, I'm going to pull the dash move. How far can I get?
So you move your speed again.
Okay, so Kai's just going to go there, and I'm stealthing the whole way.
As you sprint?
I did say that I walk very loudly, didn't I?
Disadvantage stealth check?
That's a 5.
Oh no!
Your flip-flops go clap, 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 and echo through the hall.
It's literally like I'm just still running through like the dead wet hand, and I'm like, God damn it.
So, Selene, does that answer your question? It's your turn now.
Yeah, I think Selene is just going to be chuckling to herself. God, what a pair we make, as she also goes to about here and then she's going to look in this room and see the bane of her existence again. And just like hope, against all hope, that she's able to be stealthy, which she's not. That's gonna be a 10. So I think the reason why it doesn't work, if it's okay for me to add flavor to this, is because she looks over and goes, "Are you kidding me?"
I told you I have heavy feet.
No, not you! That!
Right, indeed, as you just glance in and you see this horrible thing again and exclaim this loudly, it slips just out of your view again as it moves on top of both Reggie and Beetle and attempts to... Both of you make a strength saving throw, please.
I'm going to die.
13. I have such good strength, and yet I am unable to do this.
I rolled a 19, and it's a -1, so 18.
So you are pushed out. You can move to any unoccupied spot if you'd like. Reggie, you feel your feet leave the ground as you are whelmed up in this thing, and you hold your breath and roll your eyes, perhaps as you take 2d4 plus 4 bludgeoning damage.
Not again!
So that's 16 bludgeoning damage.
Oi.
Very glad I took my whatever I did, second one.
Next is the mist called Billowby. Billowby's gas. Billowby's gas, and Jacob is not speaking.
Jacob is furious, just absolutely furious. Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Beetle, you're up.
Oh boy. Okay, well, it'll break now.
For fuck's sake, Beetle!
I'm gonna cast Polymorph again.
All right.
And this time it's gonna be like a slug.
I failed the throw.
Yay! So Reggie inside again. Like, it'll, just sort of pop, whatever. And then I think immediately,
I'm so sorry, you guys. We really should drop this thing from a great height. Very, very soon. We should probably do that immediately.
Even before we finish killing the spider mimic?
Indeed, Reggie, as you fall to the ground, this spider mimic is still in range of you, and it's going to lash out and try to stick onto you again. It will hit you, 7 bludgeoning damage, and you're again stuck.
Woo! Okay, can I get out of this? How do I get out of this?
With an action of a 13, escape. Athletics or acrobatics.
8!
So you're trying to pull away, and this thing just is stuck to you and keeps trying to pull you back.
So sticky!
That is your action.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, deuces.
Next is Selene.
Celine's gonna just start walking towards this door. Kind of like, when a teacher or a parent figure is mad, but it's not at anyone here, it's really just at the spider. It's very big, we don't have time for this energy right now.
This is the last straw. Yeah.
It's got the kids in the car.
I will turn this car around.
I swear to God. And she's going to look at this thing and go, "We do not have time for this right now, and it's absurd that you think you are relevant enough for it to matter that you're here at all." And casts Vicious Mockery again. Wisdom 14.
Yeah, no, it's gonna pass.
Biddy.
All right, Kai, you're up next.
My lord, it is very sticky and gross.
I cast Magic Missile to the spider. So that's going to be 12 points of force damage to the spider.
Yeah, most of its kind of trunk-like exterior is falling off, kind of revealing its weird creature undersides, and it's not even that spidery anymore, but it's clinging to life still trying to hold on, and still holding on to Reggie. Next is Snail. Snail will move 5 feet away from you.
Don't you dare, buddy.
Get out!
Billowby.
I'll deal with you later. And I'm going to look at the spider and be like, all right, payback time. And he's going to cast Chill Touch. So there's going to be a skeletal hand, but unlike Gilbert's, there's still flesh clinging to this one. It's in a state of decay rather than totally clean. And it's going to grab our spider friend. Yep, that is a 19 to hit.
Hit.
All right, and then 2...
Grabs the mimic tongue and starts pulling it.
2d8 necrotic.
And then lets it go, and then it rolls back up like a little roll up.
It's only 4.
4 is enough. So what does this look like?
Yes.
He's gonna reach the tongue. He's gonna grab it, and he's just gonna lift it up and slam it on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
As you slam it out on the ground, it not only dies, but it does seem like this was acting a little bit like a chest as well. So some objects will topple out of it as its body unfurls into just fleshy bits. 2 more silver pieces.
Ooh.
A journal entry from someone named Sister Kiana.
That bitch.
Oh, that bitch.
You will also find a magical object that looks rather powerful and heavy.
Ooh. Is it a shield?
Wait a fucking. Are those spiders? Is that a spider shield? Is that a spider? Are those everyone? Everyone? Does that look like a spider?
It looks like a
It's a spider skull, and it has one of those stars in it, in its third eye or something.
Yeah, who wants to roll on this thing?
I do. Is it Loth? Because it's reminding me of Loth.
Religion with advantage.
Less, because one of those was in that one. That is going to be plus the thingy 16.
You know right away that this thing reeks of Lolth's evil magic. Obviously, the object itself is connected to this evil goddess. This is a shield of the Handmaiden, which is the name of a servant of Lolth. It is a rather powerful magical shield if one chooses to attune to it, but definitely something associated with Lolth, and yeah, no question about that.
So, friends, this is a shield. So my god's mom sucks. That's pretty much all you need to know. My god's mom, that's who this shield's about.
Oh.
She sucks. Yep. Anyone else can touch this. I'd rather burn it, but I understand if anyone wants the benefits of this thing.
For our little snail friend, I could potentially just banish it to its home plane. So I will go up to the snail and cast banishment on the snail.
I didn't get to say goodbye.
But because this entity is part of the elemental plane, I will send it back to the elemental plane forever. So you cast on a creature within range. The target must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be banished. If the target is native to a different plane of existence than the one you're on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane.
Sounds good. What's the spell save DC?
15.
Fortunately, this will work. The snail will fizzle out of existence and not return.
Yeah, you see, like, Kailu's hair, like, he makes, like, sign gestures, says a few words, and his earring glows a little bit, and then he casts it, and his hand kind of becomes a little more talon-like. And then, snail's gone.
Oh, thank God. Oh yeah, can I do a dramatic reading of this journal entry?
Sure, I'll send it to you to read out loud.
Thank you. Gather round, friends. It is story time.
What did you find, Reggie?
I found a journal entry from someone.
This is from Sister Kiana.
Sister Kiana. I don't know who this is, but let us read.
Gonna find a bed and sit crisscross applesauce and get nice and cozy for the story.
No. I have convinced Satara to trust me as a worthy. I will disrupt her recruitment by destroying the Master's Stargate. When she is frantically searching for alternatives, I will present my plan. She will agree. The strongest specimen will suffice. Now, to collect the rest of the pieces. What do you think that means?
Shit. That's all very exciting.
Well, it sounds like there's something here called a Stargate.
Any
Holy
bets
shit,
that
you
it's that
guys.
big old door that we've been admiring?
I think so.
What big old door?
Big heckin' door.
There's a door?
Who is Sister Kiana?
So her name essentially means sister betrayer, sister betrayals, sister betray.
And this was her chest, like this is her stuff. So maybe she like put a cool, awesome spell that I really want to learn on her
Well-
chest.
And she seems to have been a practicing monk in this temple and had her own bunk and her own chest and was checking out books on the magical technologies.
Is there a Lolth statue in the other deity room?
Good question. One who would care and know about those things would know that they do not display any evil gods in any of this. And Lolth is definitely evil. So her association with Lolth might not have been that mysterious to people who worked here. What the degree of it is unclear.
I'm nervous. Come, let's go see this door.
Oh yeah, Billowby, you're gonna love this thing.
I think Reggie and I just open the door.
Now, why in the heck would anyone ever want to build a door this big? And tries to give it a shove himself.
It is a big heckin' door.
As everyone has acknowledged, the big heckin' door is big. And the doors swing open. That brings us to the end of this episode of The Stars of Huzuz, brought to you by the Troubadours. Tune in next time to see what happens on the adventure.